we go. One man, 15 women who hope you follow them on social media so that they can teach you how to do a messy bun. Let's do it! I love that they open the episode with a shirtless Joey. They're like, hey ladies, that's the man you've been flicking your bean to the last 2 months. Shirtless. Consider this a delicious appetizer that's free from the kitchen before your meal. Look deeply into those caring eyes, because he's about to tell you a lot about his feelings. And our menopausal prophets are here. Susan and Kathy shaking hands. They're like, hey, I remember when I was young and single like you. Now I'm golden and single. Touch me. Feel the power of golden and single. No periods. And they get a shot of Sydney, who, if she's trying to win back America after her argument with Maria, chose a weird look. She's dressed as the woman who cheated with your dad, who he then married, and she's your age. She's putting on lipstick like she just called you a cunt. And after a massive lead-up, we are back in the dome of the Undateables. The most single people in America gather every Bachelor season. They get babysitters for their cats. They put away their hot cocoa and dark chocolate that they have in the freezer to cheer on others who are going to fall in love. Love is not even an option for these people. They came to cheer for someone to find this thing they find so elusive. They make signs.
Be sure to check out Kathy and Susan on their new podcast, Bachelor.
They're getting a new podcast. Oh my God. What is the podcast going to be? They're just going to scream what at each other because they can't hear each other? What? What'd you say? What? What are they going to do? Teach each other how to make the text larger on their iPhone? I just imagine Susan being like, Beth Eisensteinberg told me that the pool is not working this week. What are we... So they go and crash Bachelor Nation watch parties, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened to this guy. He's like, look happy to be here. Oh my God. My fantasy football league is gonna crush me. They interview the bros. They're like, dude, we still want to get blown. Come on. Look at this guy. Doesn't even know how to answer. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to keep quiet. I've been dating her for 3 weeks, and she wanted me to meet her friends, and now I am on camera. This has gotten way more serious than I thought it would. So I was actually in this episode. They crashed my watch party, and I got cut. Oh, hey, Jesse, Joey. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a watch party. I yell at the TV and make fun of the show and put it on Instagram. Well, I didn't really want to cover the wires because this is a rental. It's not my place. I'm not looking to stay here forever. Yes, I'm single. What does that have to do with anything? I love when they introduce the women and some of the women reference a joke that they think we remember too much. Like, look, she licked cake because something cake happened for her. I don't remember cake. She's like, remember me? I did the cake thing, so I'm licking some icing. No, I just remember that you were from Philly, and it made me never want to go to Philly or a Wawa ever again in my life. I mean, look at this one. She holds up a kielbasa like, remember? A producer had a weird fetish for women getting hit with phallic items, so then I was on TV with a kielbasa hitting me in the face. Remember me? You can buy my Kielbasa Queen t-shirts online on my Etsy. Maria gets a Taylor Swift-like reaction. I mean, this woman is obsessed. She's like, I'm usually very quiet, but Maria embodied the thing that I wish I could be on an everyday basis. I hate you, Karen. I'll never forget how you treated me when I was your assistant. Maria taught me everything. They all get very angry at Leia for considering herself a feminist icon, for throwing away the opportunity to steal someone's one-on-one date. It's so interesting to see what they hated from watching the show, and Leia is getting it. I love when a joke is told that makes no sense whatsoever.
At the end of the day, I can be cordial and friends with Sydney, Maria. I can be friends with Dalai Lama if I want to.
You can be friends with the look at Jesse can't even open his eyes while he laughs at that joke. He's like, just close your eyes. Yes, the Dalai Lama would be an easy person to befriend. That is not like becoming friends with Putin. She should have said Putin, but we're going to close our eyes and laugh, and we're going to move.
You owe me an apology.
The Dome of the Undateables is in rare form tonight. I mean, look at that woman. She's like, yeah, apologize, you bitch. Just like my roommate who kept bringing guys home and not cleaning the dishes in the sink. Apologize now to all of us.
Told Leia to shut the...
So the big accusation was that Maria told Leia to shut the F up, and most people would run away from such an accusation. Yeah, and then Go Birds Philly Lauren is like, no, that was me. I told her to shut the F up and get away from my water ice. I don't care. I had a hoagie in my mouth while I did it. I'll take her right outside and get a whiz wit right in her face.
I just don't want to feel gaslit.
She said gaslit in front of a bunch of women who know the meaning of gaslit. That's like saying Haman during Purim. They're like, gaslit, whoa. This is actually interesting. It might be the end of playing the victim on this show because they are not having it. Gaslit didn't scare anyone away the way it used to. So Leia saw that the word gaslit didn't have the power it used to, so she's like, I gotta bring out the heavy artillery. I gotta go backstage and cry. And then Maria, who's really acting like a mob boss, comes over and gives her a big hug the way the Godfather would. She's like, Leia, bring it in. You take your lumps, and at the end of this, I'll make sure I throw you a Fit Tea sponsorship or two. Just shut the fuck up.
Completely different communication.
Sydney tries to therapist speak her way out of this. Maria isn't having it. And look at, she has the Dome of the Undateables wrapped around her finger. Look at this woman's like, Maria, yes, she's a liar, just like my former best friend from 5th grade. So they try to have this Jess-Maria conversation.
So every time I would speak up, she would tell me to shut up, zip it, push me. I never told you. No.
You can feel throughout this interaction Maria losing some of the crowd. Because Jess is like, she always interrupted me. And then Maria just keeps interrupting her. It's like, no, I did not interrupt you. Let me interrupt you to tell you that I did not interrupt you. Jesse has handled this whole thing like a dad who knows he has no power over his daughters. He's like, ladies, do I have to buy you each a Chanel purse so that you'll maybe respect me once in a while? Or act like you do in public, please? Lexi comes on to tell her story about infertility and chronic illness, and the cameraman really does some great work here. She says suffering. They go right to the woman who looks like she's about to cry on the subway. She's like, I get it. I know suffering. My dad sometimes takes more than 2 hours to get back to my text that just says, I'm having a tough day. They bring Jen to the couch, and I really don't know why. Like, what's Jesse going to ask her? Like, hey, Jen, how does it feel to be the hot, fun one who seems really chill and like they'd give a hand job in a public place and then get dumped? Tell us about that. Like, it looks like this woman in the Dome of the Undateables is her defense lawyer. She's like, I represent chill, hot, fun women who seem like they'd give a hand job in a public place. I'm here to let people know that this will not be had. We shall take you to court for wasting our time.
I want an undeniably ruthless love.
You are going to hear every woman say that they want an undeniably ruthless love. That is getting written down in the notes app of the iPhone right now by your girlfriend. She's going to use that against you in a fight. I just don't feel like this is a ruthless love. It's got to feel like it's going to murder me in a weird way. They keep asking the women what's next for them, like they're going to be the next Bachelorette. And Jesse's, well, we love that for you. Good luck doing that, not on TV. We're going to move on. So Maria heads over to the hot seat. Her adoring fans go wild. This woman looks like she made her sign in the car, I guess. She's like, go Maria! I came here from work and I made this while I ate Burger King inside of my Tesla. Maria says the hate that Sydney and Leia got on social media has crossed the line, and the Dome of the Undateables claps along. The very people who did the hate in their comments are like, yes, we shouldn't have written those things. We did cross the line. I won't delete it, but I mentally take it. Maria finishes it by giving them both a hug. She wants to make up. The Dome of the Undateables approves. Look at Susan's like, yes, yes, I knew it. Nice. This is what it's about. Love each other. I got meatballs. Come, I'll make them for you. I'll heat them up. So we go from the woman tell all to the moment Joey receives the letter that says we need to talk from Kelsey. A letter that is the meanest thing someone could do. You sleep in someone's apartment or hotel room and you get a letter that says we need to talk. That can only mean one of two things. You have a disease now or you have a baby. And some would call a baby a disease. So this would make my heart race so much it would fall out of my... You can tell Joey's going through it. He's like, oh, God, I thought I was going to chill for a while. Okay, I'll take a job at the local tennis club. I'll give extra lessons. I'll drive for Uber. I can afford diapers. I can do this. So Kelsey finally comes to the door. Joey's trying to figure out a 529 plan. Look at hot people are just like us. Joey pulling his underwear out of his butthole. I thought only us uglies did this. Oh, this is nice enough. If I'm Joey, I'm not answering the door this calmly. No, this isn't my face. I'm like, okay, is Mexico like Texas or is it like New York? Are they cool with abortion or not? Okay, I'll let you go first. Yeah, I'm ready for whatever you want. Look at Joey trying to stay cool. This is the face of I have an STI and I'm okay with it. I've gone through the stages of denial, grief, all those things, and just tell me the answer. What do I got? Okay, Kelsey literally says a word salad of nothing.
The days in between
The days are long, and
all these feelings.
I got feelings.
Or like,
if I'm Joey, I'm like, are you pregnant or not, bitch?
Wanted to tell you how much, I miss you when you're not there.
Tell you how much I miss you when you're not there?
Sorry.
That was it? That's what the letter was about? That's what we waited a week on? Look at Joey's like, I don't have to be a tennis pro right away. I don't have to drive for Uber. Oh, thank God. How about you put that in the letter, Kelsey? Those are all things you could have written. Joey, dump her now. She could have written those things on the letter. Dump her. I would send her home immediately. I'd be like, do you know what anxiety is? Do you know mental health is a huge issue in this country? And you just wrote a we should talk ... message in a place where I don't have a phone. Kelsey says she feels bad about writing the letter now. Oh, really? You don't think that would mess someone up? Someone spends the night at your hotel and you're just like, we should talk. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that he would feel stressed from that. I just wanted to tell him I like him. Joey, dump her. She's not living in reality. So now we go to the rose ceremony and it's being held at a place that looks like water gladiators would fight to the death. We're going to lose one woman tonight. We're down to 2. I love that they show the Dome of the Undateables going through it with them. They're like, Robert dumped me in Tulum. Don't do this to us. You can tell Joey is living in his post-fantasy suite era. He's got the black shirt on, the scruff, the black pocket square. He's like, ladies, the baby blue linens are gone. No more Easter Sunday Joey. This is Long Dong Joe talking to you now. Now that I made all 3 of you come, you're going to listen to me. And the first rose goes to Daisy. So we get another week of her Middle America anti-charm. Hopefully another music video of her singing next to a white rapper talking about getting his balls sucked on. Makes its way out there. Yup, that exists. Go Google it. Look who's here. Jesse Palmer made the trip to Tulum. just to say, Joey, this is the final rose. I'll see you at tennis lessons. Later, JoJo. You take care of the rest. Where was Jesse when Joey had a panic attack over a vague note? Where was Jesse then? And Kelsey gets the rose. Of course she got the rose. She made him squirm for 6 hours thinking about their future together after the baby that he thought they had. Rachel's gonna head home. Jesse, the very difficult job of saying I'm so sorry and then leaving. Take your time. I'll be in my suite. I love that no matter where they go, there's a breakup bench. There's even a Mexican version of the breakup bench here. Look at, they put some tapestry on it. They're like, hola, welcome to the breakup el bencho. Enjoy your last words. And Joey says goodbye to Rachel. The dome of the Undateables is crushed. Joey gets one last look at her behind. Big dog's gotta eat. Joey's like, I'll miss it. Rachel's on the couch now. She's crying. Jesse says you were in love with him, weren't you?
Sorry.
Wait, why is Jesse just now giving her a tissue? She's been there crying for the whole segment. And he's like, oh, do you need this? You don't want to look like a mess? I've just had this in my hand the whole time. And Joey emerges. The dome of the Undateables goes wild. He has been accepted by them as one of their own. Our emotionally available king is here. So now it's the Joey appreciation hour. Autumn asks if he has any single friends. Kathy and Susan are like, we'd like some of your single friends. We'll take their fathers. Did any of their balls hang below their knees? Because we'll take those balls. It is truly unheard of what's going on right now. Joey has 100% positive reviews from the women. He's fixing families. They're talking about how they can believe in love again. If Joey gets dumped at the altar, he will be the most coveted bachelor in American history. He would get, I actually hope he does get dumped at the altar. He will get blown by a different woman every night for the rest of his life. Please, God, don't let him find love. This always drives me crazy where they show the funny parts. And I guess Joey eating some macarons is funny. Nothing would be funny about the outtakes of me eating. They'd be like horrified. The whole audience would be mouth ajar. They'd be like, Jared, I think we need to send you to a therapist for binge eating. And now it's blooper time. Sandra's like, yes, hopefully Joey's ball falls out of his tennis shorts. So Jesse explains that typically Joey would watch the scenes from the next episode, which is the finale. And he says it's so heart-wrenching that he wouldn't make Joey go through it again. And look at the dome of the Undateables. They're like, don't do that to our JoJo. No. I swear. They all just like, this guy, he's like, if someone messes with Joey, I will end their life. They show scenes from next episode, and the dome is completely silent. Look at this woman. She's like, wait a minute. What? Joey doesn't find love? Does love even exist? But if JoJo can't find love, what will happen for us? Will we ever feel that feeling? Please tell me it exists. And that's it for The Bachelor. That's it for me. I will be back next week. Share my feed post to your story. Share your favorites with a friend. I'll be back. Boom.